Hello and welcome everyone. A double welcome to Jazz Up Your Life with Judy. This is your host, Judy Anderson. I'm so happy you're here. Really happy you're here. Our guest today is going to share with us about abundance, some wonderful tips about abundance, how to get more of it in your life. So our wonderful guest that we've had her on the show before, Dawn Crystal. Dawn is an amazing healer. It's interesting. She's gone through ups and downs in her life. And how she started her business was, and this amazes me, is she went through a lot of abundance, lost everything, then ended up on the beach of Maui, and she would do this sound healing, and she attracted people to her, and they were experiencing lots of healings and things happening in their lives. And here she was just sitting on the beach in Maui, and lives were being transformed. So she thought, well, I guess this is my calling. So everyone, please send a lot of love to our wonderful guest, Dawn. Dawn, hello there. Aloha.
Aloha to you and everybody who is here patiently waiting and probably listening to me talking to my dog the whole time. I didn't know I was live, but it's okay. And I was just calling you. So everybody, just thank you for being here and just knowing that me and Judy are real. We're just, we're here to share our hearts and obviously help people. And, regardless of what things happen in life, it's just called patience and being, compassionate with each other. So I just want to say thank you for everybody, taking the time out and waiting on the phone today, because I'm here. I'm ready to rock and roll with Judy.
Okay, you rock and roll. Hey, why don't you start out by telling more completely, because we're continually getting new people. And
yes.
Would you go through some of your life? And because you've gone through the ups and downs, and I think your story is one of the most inspiring, because you went from nothing to to having a great life. And I'm going to call back in because of the static. So you just go ahead and talk about your life, okay?
Okay, absolutely. Welcome, everybody. This is Dawn Crystal. Welcome to the show today, Abundance Block. And, I'll just give you a little bit of brief background of me, everybody, if you have not heard my story. And, again, I don't know if I'm any better or worse than anybody else. I'm just real. And my work and my humble beginning started as a child. And my gifts did not come to me until later on in life, But when I first started, my journey was, we all have our own story, and mine had to be a lot of trauma. I grew up in a family that was very dysfunctional, and basically from day one, everybody, I really grew up with no love at all. From birth and conception, I just never even knew what love was my whole life. And I grew up in a family that was of 6 kids. I was second to last, and my mom was on welfare trying to support 6 children, and my dad was an alcoholic, and he pretty much left my mom after I was conceived. So to make a long story short, I just went through my life as a child trying to get by, because I was watching my brothers and everybody in my life kill themselves right in front of me with drugs and alcohol. I was one of the fortunate that was, I called myself the seer. I was always the older soul as a child. Now I know I was, but back then I used to just watch everybody, and I was just kind of observing, and I just said to myself, it was either I was going to go their route and basically get into drugs and alcohol and do the same thing everybody else was doing in front of me, which was kill themselves, or I could take the other route and just kind of change and transform my life, and I decided never to do that. So that was my blessing, and I think it was really my soul guiding me. But anyway, my whole life I just lived that way, and I was beat up at school. I was wearing hand-me-downs 5 sizes too big, shoes way too big, stuffing with tissue paper, just so they wouldn't flop off my feet, everybody, so I could go to school. And the kids used to bully me, beat me up. I mean, it was horrendous. And then my brothers, would just basically be at home screaming at me, and I was all kinds of abuse going on in my life growing up. And then, of course, I left home. I was able to get out of my house at a very young age and live in the neighbor's garage apartment, which I think I was a teenager. And I was able to get on my feet and actually finish school, even though I had very, very, very strong learning disabilities, as you can imagine, going through chaos your whole life. I had trouble learning. But anyway, from there, I did get through school, and I got my first marriage. I was in law enforcement, believe it or not, back then, and I got married right after that to my first husband, and that fell through pretty much right away. He got injured on the career as well. He was a police officer as well, and he got injured, and he lost his career because he lost his eyesight. I shortly after that, of course, left my job to take care of him. That marriage fell apart, and then from there I was just down and out. Nothing was working for me my whole life. I was depressed. I was on antidepressants back then, you name it. I was on it just to try to keep myself level. And from there, and then shortly after that, I met I would say my first husband. We were actually living on the East Coast, and after that, after our divorce, I got married shortly after to my second husband, and I owned a couple beauty businesses on the East Coast, okay? And at that time, I was pretty successful, making a good living, everybody, and basically just really empty in my life. No love. There was no love even in that relationship. Very abusive. My husband, of course, drank because that's what I was attracting, was chaos in my life still. And he had a motorcycle accident, got hurt. I ended up taking care of him, and I just had enough of that, and he was living off of me as well. He did not have a job. So I, at that point, had a breaking point in my life, even though I had many of them. I think this was the lowest part of my life because I just said, why in the world am I doing this, and what's the point of living and all that, and it just went through my mind. And then, sure enough, I think there was a divine calling that came through me where I was in a store and saw a magazine that said, go to the sun. So I said, okay, I don't know what this means, but I just felt very strong within myself. Something just boiled up in me and said, go to the sun. I just basically looked through the magazine further and saw Hawaiian Islands, and that's where I was guided to go to a travel agent. I also got a one-way ticket, which was only one-way ticket to one of the Hawaiian Islands, which is not the island I'm living on now, many, many years ago. We're talking over 25 years ago, everybody, so I'm not there now. Living this, but this is where my training came. So I got to this, basically gave everything in my life away to my husband, my belongings, my businesses. I gave everything away. I just was so down and out. I didn't even care. Got the one-way ticket, grabbed my 2 bags of clothes, my safe, because that's all I had, and $700 in my cash, and a little bag of jewelry. It came on the Hawaiian Islands and realized when I got to the Hawaiian Islands, oh my God, what the world did I do? Am I crazy? Got $700. I came to afford an apartment. So I basically had just enough money to live out of a rent-a-wreck, which is a 10-year-old rent-a-car at that time, everybody. Lived out of that car for over half a year. And actually was able to, slow but sure, I got oddball jobs and was able to live off the dollar menu at McDonald's to pay for my food. I was not living on organic food like I am today. So back then, that's what I did, and I used to basically to get to the nitty-gritty of the story so you understand where my sound came from, because that's what I'm known for, is a sound energy healer through my voice. I used to go to the beach, everybody, to try to get off the street so the police would not bother me, and also save gas money because I didn't have money back then to keep my car going. I would go to the beach to try to get off the street, and I would try to calm myself down because I thought I was absolutely crazy, and some part of my being thought I was fine doing it because I could feel the calmness. And then my inner child inside of myself said, you're crazy. Wanted to give up everything. So I would sit there, and all of a sudden, one day I was sitting at the beach because I really was having a hard time. It was these sounds that I'm known for today. It's called, I'm a sound healer, started coming through me to heal myself. And that's where the miraculous gifts came from being really in a surrendered state of really just, I was really to the point I just didn't want to be on earth anymore. And these sounds came through and started helping me. And then slow but sure was where the miraculous part of my gift came through was just people walking on the beach back then, hearing my sounds, not even really being open to any type of holistic energy work, especially back then, over 25 years ago. They would just sit with me and ask to sit with me for hours. And I had like an entourage of people, and it was kind of funny. And then every day I would sit somewhere else in a different beach, and the entourage of people would kind of show up. The people were just really open in their hearts, maybe looking for something, and they didn't even know what they were looking for on a physical level. They just felt that my sounds were helping them. And I would have people, and of course people back then were asking me, well, I need to know more about you. Do you do this work by phone? And sure enough, I think I barely. I don't know if I had it on my cell phone, but I eventually gave my cell phone number out to people when I had that, and I could afford to keep it going. And then from sure enough, I just kind of evolved into getting oddball jobs at holistic places such as vitamin shops. I would used to do their health fairs. And of course, I worked at a spa where she had the owner who was going through a divorce at that time needed money, had me come in the spa because somebody who I worked on or heard me sounding on the beach was one of the massage therapists actually talked about me, and she got me in the spa at night to do my work, my sound energy work, and I was blowing on people's bodies back then, releasing pain, which I didn't even know what I was doing. But it was miraculous, and I was definitely not a liability for the spa. So she had my poster she put on the door there, and I would come in there at night when the luau, the Hawaiian party, that's a luau, everybody. The Hawaiian party was letting out next door. People would walk by mingling and looking through the stores, and that's when they would come in and have a session with me. And then sure enough, from there, I got more and more people who were taking my cell phone number, and I was working with them by phone. And that's where my business grew from nothing in a very humble beginnings. And then sure enough, over the years, I'm no longer there. I'm on a different Hawaiian island. I am definitely fine-tuned my gifts to the point where I know how to work with these energies that come through me that are already with me, by the way. And I can help people all over the world with their pain issues, with their anxiety issues. Today we're talking about abundance issues. I mean, it's miraculous how things just evolve from simple nothing and just being in a mode of just saying, I just was very surrendered. I really know I surrendered in my heart to these gifts, and I know they were always with me somewhere. They just kind of needed to come out beyond the ego. I really know at that time if I had an ego, which I did, it was gone. It was crushed to the size of a pea or smaller than that. So that's where I started, and of course today I work with doctors and athletes. I work with professional athletes. I help them get back on the playing field with their injuries and their, things, anything that has to do with the body. I'm really good to get energy flowing and get the life force flowing, and of course getting the energy moving for healing in all aspects, including abundance, which we're going to be talking about today. So, Judy, I tried to make it as short as possible to give a little bit of my background, and I think I did a good job. So, and of course, my second book that I'm writing right now, we'll talk more about that because I'm writing a book. So, thank you.
Great. Okay, I didn't know you were writing a book, and
I'm actually on my third book now. So, my first book's out already, and my second book's being printed. So, yeah, it's exciting.
Great, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Dawn, tell me now. We're talking about abundance today, and I know with your sound healing, you really just wipe away things with that beautiful sound that comes through you. What do you find is one of the bigger blocks that's pretty a universal block when it comes to abundance? Is there anything that you feel is like the big one? There's many things that I know that block people, but is there anything in general that much across the board everyone seems to have that block? Not everyone, but...
Well, that's a good question, Judy, and I can't say, well, that's why this program is really in-depth today. We're talking a really in-depth program when we get to the modules, but I do find, I don't find this with everybody because I think we all have a different background. That's what's really unique about my work, even working with people in person. And, of course, the program we'll be talking about is we can get to different blocks in everybody that may be a little bit different, but we're using the same universal energy, which is called source energy, the divine energy of the creator of all, to basically heal you, or to go in and start clearing out these unconscious patterns that are within all of us that are blocking us from our true birthright, which is being abundant, okay? So I would say it's not totally cookie cutter, Judy, as far as the abundance blocks, but I would say that most people, I would say a lot of people, unless you're really from everyone has some kind of form of unworthiness in us. In some ways, I find that to be a really strong block. And, of course, I'm good at clearing that, the unworthiness, even if there's layers to it. And that's why it took me time to put this abundance program together, because I went into pretty much really the important blocks, and that's in the way of us really finding our true birthright, which is really, we're abundance anyway. We're abundance beyond our human beliefs, and that's what we're really clearing here, is really getting beyond the human beliefs that we've taken on from this lifetime and also past lifetimes that we'll be clearing. So I hope that answers it too, Judy. I wish I could say there was just one specific block, but there isn't. And regardless, the thing is that my work is, regardless if you're listening to my MP3s or working with me in person, my clearings are pretty fast and they're very efficient. And source energy that I work with is just an energy that comes through my voice, which I bring in everything I do, is beyond a physical language. So what I'm trying to say is, beyond a physical language with source energy is why I have this sound, because I really feel that if you're really working with the pure energy of the creation of all, it doesn't have a voice or a language to it. So I kind of feel that if we try to interpret it with a physical language, which I explained it, but my sounds are not, it kind of slows the energy down, because source is not, we create these languages as a human, but we don't really, source creator is just a vibration, okay? So I'm just able to really channel this energy through me, which really came to me when I was at my lowest point in my life. So you might say I went through a horrible, horrible childhood, which in some ways I have, and I don't think maybe some other people have had a worse childhood. But at the same time, Judy, I've received this gift that is so beyond what I've been through, and I think there's a yin-yang in life that, there's a horrible thing happening. There's actually a miraculous thing happening, which is a blessing, and that's why I'm very humbled and grateful that I went through what I went through just to be where I'm at with these gifts that needed to come through me. So it's pretty cool. So I hope I explained that without going off too much on a tangent there, but Judy, but either way, it's all covered. And we'll be doing, if you want to take callers today, I could kind of help people clear out and bring in some life force energy. I call it today bringing in the life force energy of who you are from the divine source creator into your physical bodies, grounding it into your body. So that's almost like, I call it strengthening our address with the universe, letting the universe know, here I am, I'm open to receive. You got your energy open. The universe just kind of comes in and blesses you with things that are meant to come to you beyond your physical mind sometimes. Of course, manifesting is always good. And I think we should always set our positive intentions. But really, in reality, it's really getting beyond those blocks. So we're, today maybe if we can, Judy, if there's anybody there today, we could just kind of, see what's going on with some of the callers later. And then basically I can kind of strengthen people's address with the divine source creator or God, whatever you believe. And so this energy flow can start flowing through your life, okay? And we're talking easily, all right? So it's a very simple concept, but very powerful. And like I said, it's taken me time to really come out with a program that I would really felt good about for abundance. And I've had many, many testimonials on this. So I'm just grateful to share it here today. So thanks, Judy. I hope I answered all that.
Me too. And I see people will raise your hand. And then if you have questions, you just write them in on the webcast, as you can see there. Just write your questions in, and we have some questions there too. And it's interesting because, oh my goodness, we have a lot of questions. Oh, okay. Yes, hi Diane, here I am. And it's interesting. When I was in a dream state today, I was thinking...
It's so cute.
How to present it.
Judy, I just love you. You and Simba were having a good dream together.
Actually, what was happening is I was doing the show in my dream state. Isn't that weird? And it was like, how can people get the most value from this? And I know in your package, now, everyone, don't leave. I'm not selling you. If you buy, great. If you don't, Well, I was thinking, how can they get the best? Because you've got 17 different items here. Items. And so I want to go through right now, and we'll be taking your questions and everything. But for you to really there may be something here that you're going, oh, my gosh, I didn't realize this. This is something that I need to clear. And so I'm thinking she has done such an analysis of abundance that my dream state, I got that to go through each of these steps right from the get-go, you can serve people the most by going through these steps and why you chose these steps. Oh, does that sound to you, Dawn?
Yes, I could go through the program, too, if you want. And then this way I can explain.
It is going through the program, but we're addressing the items.
Absolutely.
Because clearing resistance. Do you find that people have, even though they're talking about, I want this abundant life, I want this or that, that there is a resistance within them to having that?
Absolutely, including myself for many years. I grew up in a family of lack consciousness from day one. Okay, lack consciousness means I listened to my whole life, hearing my family, my mom especially, who was on welfare, saying we don't have enough. Your dad left us. I listened to every negative thing you could imagine growing up. And being a young child, obviously under the age of 6, they say we're like we're like a sponge. We just take on everything around us. So in my case, it was pretty obvious. But there's some other people who, maybe not have that, traumatic lack consciousness that I've had. People just resist out of fear, Sometimes people are just afraid to be who they truly be, or maybe get to the next level of their life, they get comfortable. You know, that's just kind of, but there's always a physical belief system somewhere, okay? And the nice thing about my work is it's, number one, my work's never that long to listen to, even my modules. Well, these energies of source that created you, that actually knows how you're wired, actually created you. So it beats your heart, everybody, and breathes your lungs as we all are. Breathe and beat it. Our lungs are breathing, our heart is beating without us thinking about it, and also for the animals. That's the energy I work with, and it still knows how you're wired and how it knows where to go. But at least with the way I've designed this program, I mean, there's clearings you'll follow along with me, and of course my sounds are also very powerful. That's part of it. We'll go into deep levels of yourself, regardless if you're conscious of it. You don't need to be conscious of it. That's the beautiful part about this. You just need to have the time to actually receive and spend some quiet time, not driving your car, listening to these, actually sitting down for 15 minutes or whatever these are, and really, receiving these downloads, because each time you listen to these energies, they're going to be a little different, and they'll be clearing out different levels of yourself that would be in the way of you being clearer from whatever the module name is. So first one would be resistance. It would be clearing out your resistance on an unconscious level. Most resistance that I found with all the clients that I've worked with, because I work on this all the time with my clients for different issues. I'm working on multiple tasks during my sessions, but a lot has to do with abundance. That's why I came out with this program. And this is going to go in from this lifetime, your family inherited genetics, ancestral energy, if you got that going on with your family lineage. It's also going to go into your past lives, because, I mean, I find people who are old souls. I mean, I work with a lot of old souls, and a lot of times we've had many incarnations and past lifetimes of also being starved and deprivated, meaning like we've had many, our ancestors especially, and many past lifetimes I found. That obviously, as we know, food was not that easy to, have all year long. So, people used to pretty much starve or have to, ration their foods and their things in the winter months just to survive until they could get to the spring harvest, okay? So we could still be running that unconscious energy within ourselves. I find that even with myself, I had to clear some of that stuff. It could be from family genetics or just your own past life. So there's really a lot of deep stuff here, Judy, that I've really covered. And I thought, like I said, I thought this out before I would even put this out. There's 17 modules. They're very thorough, and they go in. These modules not only go into clearing your life in your abundance. It can help you heal on so many different levels. You're getting like 3 programs in one, especially if you've had issues just in other parts of your life beyond abundance. So I think this is just a good overall for everybody, because it's going to help people on some level beyond even what you know on a conscious level, but definitely for abundance. That's what we're talking about today. Okay, Judy?
Right, about abundance. So then, so now on fear, there are different levels of fear too about this, aren't there? That people may not realize, fear of what will happen. I mean, if you talk about money, I know some people have fear about, having money, or fear of having an abundant life, that even if they live in a little house, but their abundant life is in other things, like in travel or something, that there's jealousy and there's, all of these. Yeah. Do you find that with your clients?
Oh, yeah. Fear of jealousy, fear of being seen, fear if you get too big or something that you're not going to have friends. I mean, there's so many different levels and issues to this, of course. Yeah, and there's a lot of people who are afraid to get, I work with people who are in the sales. They're just afraid they just want to kind of blend, and they don't want to get to the top because people are going to start talking about them. I had a lady just the other day, afraid that, right now she just likes to be just kind of there. She's really good at what she does. She's in sales. But the problem is that she had blocks to go further because of her inner child just being more or less just don't want to really get beyond that level, because, like I said, her thing was just she's trying to fit in. She basically had some kind of trauma like I did growing up, so she wasn't really, how can I put it, she didn't have any friends growing up. So I cleared some abundance blocks on her the other day, because the fact that she was really good at what she did. She was really good at sales, and she could really get to the next level. And there was part of her adult self. I call it, I work with the different levels of us. I work with the inner child as well as the adult. And the adult part of us, her, was saying, yes, I want to get to the next level. I want to make more money. But I don't know what's holding me back. And then when I really got into the nitty-gritty of her session, I realized that the inner child was just afraid. And because of the fact that her inner child her whole life did not have friends, okay? She was alone. She was a loner. She was just like kind of an outcast the way I was, and a lot of my other clients, especially being an old soul, I find that to be true. Her inner child didn't want to like rock the boat in some ways, Judy. So what I'm saying is rock the boat so people would start noticing her, and then they would get jealous and start talking about her. So some part of her being was kind of self-sabotaging her. Okay. So that can happen. That's just a story that just kind of happened. That was in one of my sessions, and of course, this person's anonymous. But you know what I'm saying? It could it could vary.
Oh, yeah. Right. And then too, do you feel sometimes? Now this is interesting because as a community in the spiritual world, we talk about our blocks. We talk about being stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that some people, some multi-millionaires, billionaires, never have those ideas of being stuck or blocked?
Well,
and do you think that sometimes our beliefs that we have blocks or need to be cleared can actually manifest those blocks? Do you see what I'm saying?
Well, and I do find that, depending on your life story, it has a lot to do with it. A lot of people, I work with wealthy people all the time, and they're just kind of encoded or wired to be that way as a norm, versus other people who maybe don't have that mindset. It's kind of like, I almost call it just a mindset from childhood. It's just part of the family lineage. But let me get to the question right too, Judy, because I kind of lose track of my what I'm saying. Sometimes my mind just goes through what I'm talking. But,
you know what, John? I trust you. What needs to be said needs to be said. You'll say what needs to be said. Well, our audience who is listening and those who listen to the replay, what comes through you, I trust will be what.
Oh, thank you.
Needs
well,
to
I find that sometimes on the spiritual path, and it can, especially if you've been a healer in the past, which I know I've been a healer many lifetimes, I've had to come in with not only living with the lack consciousness of my family and have to get through that, all those, downloads and all that negativity that I had to grow up with abundance. I had to actually even do deeper clearing, Judy, on just my past lifetimes of not, and this has been an old, I've actually cleared this a lot on some of my clients who are healers also in the past lifetimes, of just not being worthy, like we're not supposed to get paid to be a healer. That's a big thing.
Exactly.
That was a big thing back then. And, of course, now it's not, because that's just, we all have a gift to bring to the world, and there's nothing wrong with prospering and actually sharing your gift and helping others. But that's like a big belief system, and I think even people who are not healers used to believe that, it should be, everything should be free in the world. And I'm not saying I don't do a lot of free work. I do. But I'm just trying to make a point that that's a belief system that I find with a lot of healers who get stuck and they're not understanding why they can't get to a certain a level, you know what I mean? And they had normal families growing up, and they didn't have all the lack that a lot of clients who have had traumas early on. And that's where I have to go into past lifetime clearings. I have that ability. And, of course, everything I put out, including the program today, even if you don't work with me, everybody, you can still clear these unconscious blocks because it goes that deep. You just have to stay with the modules if you do get the program, if you decide whatever is in your heart, just stay with it while these things are clearing, okay?
Yes. So, but no, you say that's cleared up. I find that there are many people in the healing field right now, in the jazz up community over the years that have felt that for some reason they shouldn't get paid, that it should be free.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And I was one of them. And I just realized over the years, it was a little frustrating in the beginning because, unfortunately, we're living in a physical body, everybody, and I've worn many hats beyond healing. As you know, Judy, I'm a workaholic. But to make a long story short, there's a lot of people who get frustrated because of that belief system that's so deep that everything needs to be free, because that was kind of like the thing I believe that I used to do in past lifetimes. I used to just give it away for free, and that's what the higher self, whatever I believed back then, wanted me to do, and then some part of my being obviously didn't feel good about that, because it's almost like I call in the universe a fair exchange, okay? So,
right.
It's
there's another aspect to that too, and I'm I'm not into the entitlement that everyone should get something free. There is a sense of entitlement. I think that's going around in the country of entitlement, and I think too that the consciousness of that I should get something for free, or that that kind of thing that I don't have money, so I should get it for free. That is a lack consciousness. Do you get where I'm going with that? That if you expect things to be free, it's telling yourself that you are not, excuse me, that you are not an abundant person, that you are poor.
Yes. Well, I believe in that the universe kind of mirrors what we're putting out, and that is a form of lack consciousness. And I also believe in being over. I mean, I give a lot. I mean, I give beyond just expectations of getting back. That's why I think I'm prosperous, because that's not my first priority, even though I do get paid for my services. But I'm really, the universe looks at it that you are an abundant being, so the universe will kind of give you what you're putting out. And so I am giving, overly giving, but I'm just talking about there's people who have strong blocks that are overly giving too, but they just don't know why they can't attract what they're entitled to. You know what I mean? And there's also deep belief systems, like I said, and it could be from ancestral inherited to past lifetimes of just, could be unworthiness, could be just that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to give everything away for free, but they're still running that unconsciously. And of course, we're living in the modern age, 2018. It's not quite like that anymore, you know. But I can tell you one thing: the universe does give you what you're putting out. So if you're thinking that you take, give, take whatever you can, and don't worry about anything else, I really feel that is a lack. I do agree with you, Judy. It is a form of lack consciousness for sure, and the universe will give you that back in some way, because that's just kind of the way the law of attraction goes.
Yes.
You put out what you get back, pretty much.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Now, you also touch on something that I find interesting, and I hear that this is, for many speakers, that this is a big item in many people's lives, and that is of clutter. How does clutter keep abundance, living an abundant life, away from people?
Oh, well, easily. Clutter is just I call it just it could be a clutter of belief systems, just cluttered on top of each other. And then your mind is, I don't know where everybody's mind is at, but if your mind is racing here and there and you've got a busy mind, and clutter is just, I call it just like a deep level of ourselves where we just kind of accumulate from our life as a child of all kinds of belief systems. And a lot of times, even adults, if we're not really strong in our own belief systems, we kind of just take on the belief systems of the world, and that creates clutter in ourselves. So it becomes, I call it more of a confusion energy within ourselves that's resonating out to the universe. So it's almost like the radio station between you and the universe is not clear. You got a lot of static on the line. You turn on the radio, it's just a bunch of static. So you could be manifesting all I want. I would like this. You set your intentions, you do your meditations, whatever you do every day. For your positive intentions. But if you got all this static on the line, which I call it the radio channel between you and the universe may bring a little trickle here and there of what you want at times, but it's not consistent. So what I'm saying is my whole philosophy of what I'm doing with the program today and what I'm talking about is creating a consistent flow between you and the universe, so you're in the flow of life. Just like everything in nature, if you look in nature, everything's abundant. The trees are not lacking. Everything is part of the universal flow, even though it's not in physical form. If you look in nature, everything's abundant. And what we are is part of that. It's just, except a part of us is forgotten that we're part of that. And that's just our physical part of us. That's just what happens. So this program and everything we're talking about and going into some of these modules are going to go in to start clearing these different levels, even if you're not conscious of it. Because I could promise you probably have some level of this. Otherwise, I would not have been guided to do 17 modules in this detail. Okay? This is probably the most I've put together in any of my programs. Okay.
That's yeah. So, well, there's another aspect of clutter. As from what I'm understanding, you've been talking about the mind clutter and everything. What about the physical clutter in people's lives?
Okay, you're talking about just like home physical clutter? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I understand that, and absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. If you're talking about like a feng shui, how you just kind of, position things in your life. For more flow in your life. I believe in that. I live very minimal, so I can tell you I'm all about freeing myself up from the clutter. So that also can be for physical, and I do believe that because I used to be a big hoarder at one time in my life. So I used to, and this is before I was spiritual, I used to just, when I because I lived such a lack consciousness life that when I actually had money growing up, I started working. I was like, oh my God, I actually got money. I started buying everything, and I had so much of everything that my whole life was cluttered. But I also noticed that it actually kind of distorted the flow that was coming to me, because I realized that there's a give and take here too. And instead of me hoarding, I wouldn't say I was a total hoarder, but I do work with people who are hoarders. They have those issues of really a lot of people have lack consciousness when they're hoarding because they're not willing to let go. Okay, they're not willing to be free, and when stuff is really ready to leave your life. Everything has a vibration, everybody. Okay, no matter if it's a physical item or whatever it is, regardless if it's a belief system. And things in our lives are here to support us when they're here. But there are also times when the things in our life, and unfortunately, have to leave us, okay? Even if it means that it's a physical item that we need to donate or we need to sell or whatever. And a lot of times, if you're really in tune, and this is what the program will help you get more in tune with your higher self, which is your soul, which your soul can kind of not maybe nudge you a little bit. You'll get maybe an intuition or a feeling or a thought that, maybe I don't need this anymore. Maybe it's time that I need to have a garage sale, or I need to donate this to this charity, or whatever it may be, okay? And that's when you'll start noticing, even with those types of decluttering, okay, we're talking beyond the physical mind right now. That also can help you shift your life into receiving more abundance. So we're talking many levels here, but it's also all part of what we're talking about today and what we can help you do. So, like I said, it took me a long time to even come out with this program because I wanted to make sure it was very thorough. Okay. So I don't think
another thing that triggered, I just remembered years ago in different abundance classes, I heard about this. And are you finding that it is a good idea for people to know where their finances are at, like knowing how much money you've got in different accounts, staying on top of it? Do you find that also increases the abundance? You're responsible caretakers of money. Well, this is money. Well, it's responsible caretakers too, I guess, about all of the beautiful items you purchase for your home and being good caretakers. Does that increase the flow of abundance?
Well, I think it's always good to know where you're at financially. Absolutely. I mean, you can manifest, but if you're actually living in lack consciousness and you're in credit card debt, and then beyond you just manifesting, because most of the time people who are in debt, I'm just going to bring that as an example, are usually thinking in some part of their mind that they actually need more. They need more. They need more. I don't have enough. I need more. I need more. That's like the unconscious chatter that goes on in the mind. And a lot of times I tell people that we have to take responsibility and, obviously make smart choices of what we're purchasing. But I do, always like to say, I've been there once in my life too, that you do need to set priority of where your money goes. I mean, of course, I believe in also charity, and I believe in giving a certain percentage of what I do away. But I don't do it out of my mind. I do it from my heart. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm guided from my soul. I have people who are on the street and they're homeless. I mean, if I'm guided to give them money, I just do it, It's not because I'm doing it to get anything back. Does that make sense?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the thing is, we should in some ways be aware of what we have. Okay, so it might be a little bit off of what you're saying, Judy, but I do find that and because I work with people with all kinds of issues with abundance, and a lot has to do with people being in scarcity, and like I said, there's an unconscious mind shadow that a lot of people have. It's just they don't have enough. I need more. I need to get more. I need to get more, and that's just telling the universe, she needs more. The universe kind of gives you the opposite. It'll say, okay, we're not going to give her more, because it's fear. It's a low vibration, okay? And the universe is obviously going to do things out of love, which is a high vibration. Love is the highest vibration, and it's not going to do it out of very low, give you what you're wanting in a very low vibration of fear. So, again, we're talking about clearing that in the way of you receiving, okay, which could be unconscious. So it's, we're talking could be different, a lot of layers, but I think I figured out the easiest way to get things flowing in your life. Okay, based on just even the program alone without even working with me. Okay.
Right. Yes. So.
Yeah.
Are there any other items, blocks, or anything else you would like to share with people about blocks and how to break through to abundance before we take some questions, Dawn?
Well, and eventually what I'd like to do is just go through the modules, because it's going to actually explain pretty much all of it There's 17, and I will go through each one with some explanation because everybody has a different story, and I think that I've covered it. Okay, so it's covered it, but also covered it with very, I think, in the fastest way that could be possible to really manifest what you're wanting, because we're working with source frequency that's beyond the physical language, and of course my processes are very powerful as well. So I think that pretty much everything here is going to help people get beyond some level of themselves and really create more of the flow that they're wanting in their life, which is abundance state. But abundance could be also, Judy, because this program can help people also with abundance of health. Okay, abundance of health issues. If you got something going on, this can help you be healthier. Okay, could also help you be happier. Okay, of course we're talking abundance. We're really focusing on the abundance of money as well. I know that's what people think of abundance, but we're talking at different levels of abundance that can come to you, which health, I think, to me is the major abundance in life. If you don't have health, I don't know what else matters. But, of course, money is very important. Yeah, that's actually, in some ways, stability. So this is going to help you at different levels of yourself to really help yourself grow and evolve on all levels of your being, okay? And get your next level. Maybe if you've got things stopping you, which you really want more creative flow in your life, but these abundance blocks are really blocking you from really, transforming your life and flowing and really becoming who you truly be in this lifetime, and then finding your true passion. Okay, that's this.
Yeah.
And becoming who you truly were here born to do and be. And we're talking that's the ultimate, to really find your true happiness. And this is what we're talking about, abundance too. Okay, so we're talking a little bit beyond money as well, everybody. Okay, so this is going to help people on all levels, and I'm very happy and confident to say that we'll do it with all the people that have already tried this, and I've had a test tube on this and all the testimonials that I received. So I can't say, I think it's pretty well covered.
Okay, well, I want to take some questions now, and we'll go back to what you're offering, but because people have been here for a while, let's get some of these live callers answered.
Sure.
Okay, and beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon, which I think I drove through there this year. And the last four digits, 4180. Hello, what is your name, please?
Hi, hello, my name is David.
Hi, David.
Hi, ladies. Hey, great to hear you today.
Well, aloha.
Hi, Dawn. Hi. I've been listening to you for a while, and I'm really happy to get on a call with you.
Oh, thank you for being here. Much aloha to you, David.
Yeah, thank you. I've been using your soul embodiment healings, and it's really transformed me quite a bit. So I'm really excited to connect in with you and you as well, Judy. So, I'm looking to free up some more prosperity energy that it seems to be building, but a lot of the things you've already mentioned seem to be coming through. A lot of the old belief systems. I have a little bit of a weight issue that I think is tied to what you mentioned. The old store up for the winter scenario, so that you can make it through. That comes to mind and things like that. So I'm looking maybe to see what you might feel into for me.
Well, what I could do is maybe free you up a little bit more today. David, thank you so much for, being part of here, and your testimonial always means the world to me. Would you like, we could have I worked with you before, or no, or just my program?
No, you haven't, but I feel like I'm really connected to you. My partner has followed you for a while, and she turned me on to your sound healing, and so because she's doing it, I'm following, and with the divine feminine coming in strong, I'm a smart man. I'm kind of following and staying aligned, and as this paternal control seems to be falling away, I feel like I'm right in the right place. So.
Absolutely. Well, David, I'd like to kind of get a little more flow going for you today. So what I'm going to do is I could do a little bit about bringing universal energy to you today. So this way, when we get off the phone, it'll be interesting. You set your intentions, of course, and, we'll see what happens. Right now I see there's a little bit of clutter, and I'm just looking. Am I permission to look at your energy?
Oh, yes, please.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to just do a little clearing on you, bringing in some life force energy and bringing your higher self into your body. And I want to mention why that's important, doing so, and if it's okay with you, I can do a little bit of that in a 2-minute session here. Bringing in your life force energy of who you are is really I call it really your abundance. By bringing your soul, your mind, your body together in one vessel, and that's what I do at everything I do, including my programs, is actually bringing the abundance to you because your soul's already abundant. Do you see what I'm saying? But not all the time that our soul is able to live within us or be in our body. I'm not saying that we don't have life force, so don't get me wrong. We have to be alive. But I'm just saying that there's more to us, okay, that's not always grounded in our body. So would you like to feel more of your energy of you, which is really your life force?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay, so why don't you just imagine a beautiful white divine light above your head, David, while I make some sound. I'll be clearing you. And then we'll just bring the energy down to your feet. And I'll see it. And the interesting thing about bringing your life force energy, which is really your abundance of your true birthright, of who you are, your personal power, most people feel lighter. Most people feel more solid in their feet. And you might even feel a little taller. So you ready to do so?
That would be wonderful.
That's good, right? Yeah.
And Dawn, this is for everyone. Everyone can do this, and everyone will get value from it, right?
And this is also good on the replay as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Right, yeah. I just want, she's not just working with David. Everyone can benefit from this, okay? Great.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. And every call I'm on, I always start energy before I even get on the call. So it's already there for everybody. So go ahead, David. Just imagine beautiful divine light while we start clearing you. And, we'll be kind of, things will be exiting maybe out the top of your head. So I hope you're not driving or anything. Are you sitting down?
Yes, I'm
okay, perfect.
No
I want people to be responsible with our energy because sometimes my energy that comes through me could put you in an altered state, and I want everybody to be safe, okay? I just want to be very clear on that. We need to be responsible. Okay, so let's go ahead and receive these sounds, David. Just imagine that happening for your highest good. I'm going to make a loud sound, David. You have a heavy energy at your head, which is not really helping the universal energy to come into your crown chakra, okay? So don't get startled. Just imagine this heavy energy leaving into the light, okay? Ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
There it goes. Did you feel that energy just lift off your head, David?
Yes.
Good. Just keep breathing. We're going to bring in your energy of who you truly be, your life force, into the body. I'm sorry to make a loud sound. The loud sound, everybody, if you're a little bit new to my work, is actually moving out heavy energy. So that's how my gift is. That's how I move energy. So it's my own unique way. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing and let it go into the light. Are you starting to feel a little bit lighter, David?
Yes, very much, yes.
Okay, good. Yes, keep breathing. Take a deep breath, David. Tell me how you're feeling with that sound.
I feel really, really good, really light. Because I've done a lot of your practices before, as I said, I've been able to come more with my soul into my body and keep it more or less locked in place. And by doing your practice daily, this seems to have really, what you just did seems to have really, really released a lot of the heaviness that you said that was on top of my head. And that's something I've been feeling that I've been trying to figure out, is there a way I can release it? So thank you. That feels really...
Yeah, and again, I want to mention when you go back to the recordings that I'm working with, because right now your soul just kind of brought in some frequency to go deeper. Not that you need to do this work with me, anybody in person, but because you've been really loyal and stuff, and you're really trying to get to the next level of evolution for you, because that's really my workout. I'm a mover and shaker, really, everybody, of really getting people to the next level of what's right for you, whatever vibrational level you need to be. I just have that ability. So it's like you're ready to, you're on the, like I call you, David, the spiritual fast track. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just like whatever you just received, which I did a little bit of a third eye and a crown chakra activation for you. So that's only what you're ready for. I don't bring it into anybody what you're not ready for. It's got to be your highest good, or I don't do it. But also, do you feel a little bit like you might be taller, or a little bit, I know you're feeling lighter, but do you feel more expanded? That's the word I'm trying to ask.
Yeah, it's really awesome that you picked that up, because that's been something I feel like my posture has not been, straight.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've been actually half inch shorter because my posture is so bad. So I feel more aligned. Actually, I feel a little straight in the way I'm sitting.
Yes.
And as if, I'm a little elevated.
Yeah. So I want to mention, too, because I only worked on you a few minutes, and, of course, I'm disconnect my energy with you, David, right now, so you don't want me in your energy all day. But I just wanted to mention, these energies that you just received are not just here for right now, and this is for anybody listening, too, as well. These energies will continue working on you all day long. So, you know, if you feel to drink a little extra water, I highly recommend it. The energy I just did for you was actually to bring in and open yourself up to receive, okay? Receive more of what your soul wants for you, too. If it's more love, of course, more money is what we, you know, whatever abundance you want. But as I was mentioning before, this could be better health. It could be feeling better in your body, okay? And actually, you could admit, and I'm not, you know, asking, I'm just want your honest opinion. Do you feel a little bit better in your body right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel very a dreamy sensation, like a, you know, I don't know, just light and airy feel. Pink cloud would be a good explanation.
Exactly. Well, this energy is you know, is here with you, and it's supporting you out of love. And I just want to say thank you, David, for allowing me to share my gift with you today, and being in you guys just being part of my my loyal following. I'm really grateful for you being part of my program. So I'm glad I was able to share some good energy with you today. So thank you, David, for calling in, and just enjoy the energy, okay?
Thank you so much. I really honor what you do, and you as well, Judy. Thank you so much. And hey, I've been on the call waiting, and really happy you guys were able to come on. And so thank you.
Well, thank you for being patient, and thank you for listening to my dog.
You got it. Okay, ladies, have a great day.
You too, David. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dawn. Thank you, guys.
Much love.
All right. Now we are going to go to Phoenix. Phoenix, last four digits, 2841. Hello. What is your name, please?
Hi, my name is Carol.
Hi, Carol. And what is your question for Dawn?
I would like some help to give, but to receive love. Abundance of love.
Beautiful.
Oh, great.
Well, this is big, Judy, and I'm so glad you're on the phone, Carol. Thank you. Receiving love is also about opening the heart chakra. So I'm going to do a little heart activation on Carol today, and anybody here who's needing more love in your life, opening yourself up to love is really the key component, which I'm so glad that she said this, Judy, because this is really important about receiving.
Isn't it? It's great, yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Receiving is actually opening the heart, okay? So if your heart, and this is why the program's also good with heart walls. If you've had traumas in your life, everybody, who maybe your heart is not open or you got some blockage there, opening the heart is actually opening you up to receiving, which is love, but it's also receiving beyond love, which is money and abundance in all ways, okay? So would you like a little bit of activation on that today? Carol?
Great. Thank you.
Okay, Carol. So I want you to imagine, Carol, do I have permission to work on you?
Yes.
Okay, I want to first clear you out, which everybody can be here, and then I'm going to have you put your attention and focus in your heart chakra so we can kind of I kind of feel you've had some trauma. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to help bring that wounded part of your being back into your heart, which is where your soul's at, your divine being, your soul, your God-present self, your source, into that part. And if you cry, I want you to feel it. It's almost like a reunion back home to who you truly be. But this is also going to activate you to receive. So this is beautiful for everybody who's had some, major trauma in your life. Maybe you've never been loved like I was growing up. So this is going to kind of open you up to really who you truly are, everybody, which is love itself, which is beautiful activation for abundance today. So let's go ahead and do that now, Carol. Just imagine beautiful divine light of God or source while I make some sound, and then I'm going to bring you into your heart chakra. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's begin. And you have heavy energy there, so I will be making a loud sound. Just imagine a heavy energy leaving above into the light. Okay, Carol? Ready?
Okay. Yes.
Do it now. There it goes. Did you feel the energy just kind of lift off your head, Carol?
Yes.
Yeah, keep breathing. We're going to get some flow. We're going to get some universal flow going through you, which is all part about abundance. Let's keep breathing and let everything go into the light, and I'm going to do a heart chakra activation, which will be for you and everybody else here on the call and also on the replay. Let's do that now. Okay, you starting to feel a little bit lighter, Carol?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, perfect. I'll get your feedback in a minute. Let's go ahead and put your attention in your heart chakra, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to bring every age of you, Carol, from birth and conception in this lifetime, when you're conceived from birth, to the age of you on the phone with me now, and also anybody else who's in there doing this activation is fine. We're going to bring in your heart chakra, everybody, right now, where you're loved and safe. So let's go ahead and open up your heart chakra and fill you up from the inside out with divine love that you truly are. And let's do that right now. Take a deep breath, Carol, and tell me how you're feeling with those sounds.
I feel more open. So
You feel more what? I couldn't hear you.
open.
Oh, open. So would you say like more lighter and expanded?
Yeah. Yes.
Are you feeling more peaceful?
Yes.
Are you feeling a little bit more energy maybe in your feet that you didn't have before, which is really your personal power?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah, and if you had a mirror there, you would be looking even more alive, meaning you're looking more like yourself, more bright-eyed. I call it bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, meaning more alive, more lifted. Because when you really bring in this high vibration of who you are into your body, is what I just did with you and anybody else who participated here and now, or on the replay, you're going to feel more alive. You actually probably even feel more energized. Would you agree?
Yes. Actually, I have a smile on my face, which I didn't before.
I love it. Well, this smile on your face, can I explain what that is? Can I really explain what that really is? And I'm so glad you said that. The smile on your face is really your soul coming home to yourself. You're home to who you truly are, the truth of who you are. Now, you have all components of yourself together right now. This is anybody else here with us. Your body, your mind, and your spirit. By bringing all aspects of yourself together is what creates abundance in your life. It creates more flow. It creates more joy. It creates more peace. And you're feeling a sense of that now. Okay? Would you agree?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I love it.
And listen to your voice. You're much more calmer. I'm not that you weren't calm before, but your sound like there's more depth to you. You're more in your body. You're more feeling yourself. So I want to mention, because these activations that I do on my calls are very short. I mean, I only work with you 1 or 2 minutes, the most. They continue because we're working with very high vibration of source, okay? We're not talking any other modalities. We're talking about really working with the energy that really created everything in life. I have the ability, and I'm really humbled to say I have the gift. But really working with this is going to continue working on you all day long because source that created you, my dear, knows what you're needing, knows your highest good, knows your deepest aspects of what you're really longing for, even beyond your mind, of your truth happiness, okay? So drink some extra water today and just see what happens. Just stay open and, don't put a label on this short session. Just allow the energy on the universal flow to just keep working with you, okay? And Carol, I want to say thank you for participating and calling in today and allowing me to share my gifts, okay?
My pleasure. Thank you.
Well,
Have a great day.
Disconnect my energy with you, sweetheart. You too, sweetheart. You too. Thank you so much. Aloha.
Okay, now I want to quickly, because I'm noticing the time here, let's quickly go to Dawn's special offer today. We covered a lot of it, and that's why in the discussion, so we can go through this very quickly. It's at jazzupyourlifewithjudy.com/Dawn and the number 14, and there you will see her abundance program. And so the first module is clearing resistance, clearing doubt and fear, clearing fear of change, clearing fear of growth, clearing fear of success, clearing feeling stuck, getting clear on your future, which is probably very important. Yes. Clearing clutter, clearing family blocks, discover the ultimate you, generate your future self, turning blocks into profits, clearing self-sabotage, clearing lack of self-worth, clearing your financial mess, clearing the fear of scarcity, and clearing the blocks to welcoming and receiving abundance. And then there's also the bonus of her Discover Sound Healing MP3. So, Dawn, what would you like to say about this program?
Oh, well, it's thorough.
It's thorough. I know it is. I know it is. I wanted that as part of our discussion because you've hit so many different elements in this program.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. And I think I've really covered almost all of them. If I can't think of any more. But also, beyond what we're covering here, it's the energy that's within the program too, as well, because that's what I'm known for, to really move things fast and efficiently for people. So if you're really, just really want some change, and like I said, you might want to listen to a module for, a week or two, even longer if you have some deep stuff, because really this is a program, and also, Judy, I want to mention, because I am a lightning speed healer and all that, that's great, but this is something you can have for the rest of your life to help you on every aspect of your life. We've had callers today. We just worked with the one lady who had just a heart block or just wanting more love, and this is all part of this program too, bringing more love into your life, which is also receiving. So these are modules that you can work with. I suggest if you feel energy leaving, and I usually say 3 to 5 times at least for one module, but that's just part of just a suggestion. Of course, this is in tune to you, so you kind of have to go with your own heart and know how long you need to stay on a module, okay? So it could go on. I've had people stay on my modules for over a month, okay? So you just have to be patient, but also know that you're going to start noticing changes. It's not like it's going to take forever, but there's deep levels to yourself. We're going really deep here.
Right.
And I also want to mention too, Judy, that people should listen to, unless you have, you have trouble hearing, please always listen to my recordings with headphones or earbuds, okay? Because there's frequency. And if you have hearing issues, you still will benefit from this. But if you have good ears, I suggest please listen with headphones or earbuds, okay? That's because I'm a freak. I bring in frequency, okay?
Okay, so they could also listen to them go off as they're going off to sleep. Listen to too, though, right? Without
I just tell people, please don't listen to anything I do when you're driving or doing anything multitasking, because number one, I don't do anything that's long-winded. I don't believe in spending hours and hours healing. You don't need to. Actually, healing can happen. You just heard the callers. I just did too many healings. Changes happen in seconds here. We're talking moments. So that's kind of a human belief also when we think that we have to spend hours and hours healing. Really, if you're really ready and you're open to receive and, frequency of sources coming here to help you, it can happen in a moment. So these modules are like 15 minutes or less. And if you can find a quiet place, either in the morning or evening when you have a little me time, I call it, honor yourself with that, because you're making changes in yourself. And, of course, you're going to start noticing changes in your life, and you'll probably even start attracting different situations to you really soon after this. I mean, it's amazing the testimonies I get on my work, especially this program, of just life changes and new opportunities coming to you and new people coming in your life. It's just amazing how things start evolving, and things might be leaving your life that are not serving you either. So be open to that, too. Just know there's a highest good happening in your divine order in your life, okay? So just embrace all changes, because we're here to serve you for your highest good. So that's good, right. Judy. Yes, absolutely.
So all of this is she's taking 21% off. It's $147 for the Jazz Up community. And then in her package B is everything in package A plus a 30-minute session with Dawn. So if you have a particular thing that just has hung around forever, and this is do this. It's $247, an investment on yourself, and can you imagine 30 minutes with Dawn? That's a lot of time with her. So that's an investment of $247. And something that Dawn has in her modules that nobody else does. I was recently talking to a speaker, and she said she's going to go into the studio to record some things. Dawn has a beautiful studio. It is filled with the sounds of Hawaii and all of the beautiful birds. To me, they really contribute to it, Dawn.
Well, I want to mention that's very important, because I don't think you need to be, honestly, in a studio. I mean, my stuff is professional, don't get me wrong. when the sounds come through me and the frequencies that come through, which is usually nature sounds and back to me, the energy that I work with is so sacred, and it is part of the islands here. So I'm living here for a reason, and I've been invited to live here on the islands for a reason, to bring in these frequencies. So you're getting really raw. Raw is the word I like to use. I don't really like to put myself in a very sterile location, which is nothing wrong with the studio.
Beautiful, Dawn.
Yeah,
It's absolutely beautiful. I get such joy just from hearing the joy of the birds around you. I mean, it's really, really wonderful. They really work with you.
and it is unique to my recording. So everybody, there's nothing wrong if you hear birds chirping. That's part of the ambience. It's part of the ambience, but it's also it's selected. I would say I was guided by my soul to do that because our minds like to kind of maybe get off track a little bit when we're doing this, so it kind of keeps our mind in check with us. Okay, so there's a little deeper reason for this. Okay, but either way, it flows beautiful. And like I said, the nice thing about my word recordings is that they're not long-winded. I don't put any fluff in my work. It's really, we get to the nitty-gritty of the work right away. So you just have to be really alert and just ready to receive. Okay, so that's really exciting. Thank you, Judy, for that. And I want to mention also, too, one more thing about my sessions, too. With the people are going to get in a 30-minute session with me in Package B, which is very much discounted. I just wanted to mention this, Judy, because it's really, I reduced my prices, let alone I'm giving a program with 17 modules, which are so thorough, but I'm also giving a very discounted session with me for 30 minutes, which I opened a few slots up for Judy's show today. And you're going to get a life-changing 30 minutes with me. Please know, you might think 30 minutes is not long. My work is, as you can tell with the callers, is pretty fast. And we can work on any issues you have in your life. I mean, I could work on pain issues if you want to work on it. You can work on anything that's going on with in your life. So please use that session to, we could go into any issues that you want to work on beyond, of course, abundance would be number one, which we can do that, but we could also do other things. So with other things, Judy, I just wanted to mention that. Yeah.
Good point. So anything is open for working with her. So now we're going to go to beautiful British Columbia. Last four digits, 9742. Hello, and what is your name, please?
My name is Cindy. Can you hear me?
Hi, Cindy. And what is your question for Dawn?
I would like to know, I'm having a very dysfunctional, difficult relationship with my son, and we have money issues tied together, and I'm wondering, is our relationship, is him and me, a huge block to my financial abundance?
Yeah. And hi, Cindy. This is Dawn Crystal. I have just a few moments to just kind of check on this because I do soul readings as well. I connect with your soul. Your soul has all the answers anyway. So your son, how old is he?
He's 42.
Yeah, and he's what's up with his? He's just really kind of careless with his spending. Is that it?
Well, he has been. He's just recently made a lot of money, and he's spent it all.
Yeah.
And feeling very bitter about it, and I'm one of the people that he feels bitter about.
Well, and he vents on you, right? So he's throwing negative energy at you. Do you have to be in business with him? Your soul is actually wanting you to do this on your own because his energy is. I don't like to bring duality into what I'm saying, but we do live in good, bad, up, down, right, left. That's just the earth. But your son is not really choosing light at all times. Are you aware of that?
Well, no, I don't think to that extent. I'm not aware of that, but I know that.
I could say that there is negative energy thrown on you right now, which is also blocking your abundance. So would you like to do a little clearing on that? And maybe your best thing to do is, because again, I don't really like to go right, wrong, good, bad, up, down, but I am going to say that I do see some negative energy on you because that's what I do. I clear people as well, okay?
Absolutely, would love that. Thank you.
Okay, but you do need to do something about that after I clear you. I mean, I can give you a good session here and feel good, but you do need to start putting some divine light around yourself every day with some kind of boundary, okay? Because otherwise, if you don't, you're an open sponge, and this negative energy, because I can see it's a little deeper with you and him, beyond this lifetime. So whatever the case and whatever you believe is fine. But you do need to protect yourself just so you're clear. Do you know what I'm saying? So you're not taking on some of that stuff that's actually blocking you for what you're truly wanting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so just imagine the beautiful divine light of God or source, whatever you believe, above your head. And imagine everything right now while I make sound going into that light that's not serving you, your highest good. Is that good?
Yes.
Have you worked with energy healers before?
Yes.
Okay, so you're familiar with the work. Okay, so let's just imagine that happening with this sound, okay? Let's do that now.
Thank you.
Let's clear your sun off the top of your head. Your sun's energy is like at the top of your crown chakra, which is blocking your soul from coming in your body. Do you allow me to clear him? Hello, Cindy? Yes or no?
What was your question?
You have heavy energy of your sun on top of your head, which is blocking your soul from coming into your body. Do you allow me to clear that energy off the top of your head?
Oh, please do.
Let's do that right now. Imagine that happening with the sound. There he goes. Did you feel that lift off you? Did you feel something? Did you feel something leave?
Yeah, I felt like a relief, kind of.
Yeah. Well, we're not done yet. Let's just clear you a little bit more so we can bring you back to yourself, which is not anybody else's energy but you. That's the problem, and that's the work that I do, is I can clear people out of everybody else's stuff, meaning not yours. So you can start feeling yourself and really realizing, oh, this is me, that's not me. A lot of times if you don't really have a clearing that's thorough, you don't really know what's you and what's not you. So we're just going to bring you back to yourself. Bring your power, your personal power into your body. Take a deep breath. Tell me how you're feeling right now.
Lighter. I feel still some heaviness, so.
What'd you say? You feel what?
I feel still some heaviness.
Where?
My throat and my heart.
Yeah, well, you're kind of blocked, so let's just do a little clearing there. Everybody who needs a little clearing on your throat and heart, let's receive this now by work through. We're going to do it for everybody in the group. How's that feel?
Awesome.
Yeah. So take a deep breath and tell me how you're feeling right now since we started the clearing. I only worked on you 2 minutes or 1 minute. You feel a lot lighter and more like clearer in your head?
Yes, I do.
And you feel lighter in your body, more expanded maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, and we just cleared your heart chakra, which was, you have some deep wounds there. This program can help you if you decide. I'm not going to say, what you feel in your heart, but you have some deep stuff there that's, beyond, you're a pretty old soul. You know that, right?
Yes.
So it's a process, but I can help you with that. But just feel yourself now. I mean, you got like a free mini healing from the universe and, of course, my gifts, and I just want to, there's a big difference. There's a big shift that just happened just by clearing that heavy energy that was at the top of your head, which was kind of your son's energy. So I do highly suggest, it's just my recommendation, you can do whatever you want to, but I do suggest putting some divine light around yourself every day, Cindy, with some intention that you're not only going to allow, but your highest good to come around you, okay? So this energy stops sabotaging you, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay,
yes, and I will.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Cindy, for calling in and allowing me to speak with you and work with you. I'm grateful. And I'm going to disconnect my energy with you. Much love.
Okay, now we're going to go to the webcast. Sky Ross is asking here, and love you, Sky, and you know why. How to clear blocks so money flows to me for the sanctuary. I need help, yet feeling guilty for asking. Have old traumas, past and recent, involving humans doing us harm. I wish to be free of that energy and live in the outside world as I do within the sanctuary. 100% unconditional giving and receiving love, support, acceptance. I've been carrying and covering the totality of expenses, for 20 years now, but I need financial support. Feels like we have a glass cake plate over us. We are invisible to the world. Thanks. Blessings, Sky. I have to, Sky, would you write in and say what you're talking about, a sanctuary? And I'm wondering, would you please write in what the name of the sanctuary is, please? And go ahead, Dawn.
Yeah, well, number one, Sky, I thank you. You're just like a beautiful light. I see a lot of lack consciousness there and fear. So that's part of it. So Sky's on the right call today, Judy, and of course I highly recommend my program for Sky because there's deep blocks there, okay? And I don't know if a mini healing can help Sky because there's blocks there, you know what I mean, that are deeper. So, and it's a scarcity. There's actually a module in the program for scarcity, okay, and lack consciousness and lack of worth, and I actually feel there's unworthiness as well there. So there's, again, I can't be any more confident to say that I covered it with this program of 17 modules because I know I had to cover everything to put. There's a lot of abundance out there of programs, and I made mine very special. And of course, my energy, as everybody's hearing and feeling on the call, is the key component to it as well. Okay, the energy I'm running through me, and that's in everything I put out, which includes the program. So, Judy, I don't know if you could type back to Sky, and it's up to you. I mean, are they live?
No, she's not live. She wrote in on the webcast. So.
Okay, and she wanted to call in, and if she wanted to call in and I could work on her, maybe just get things flowing like I did with the last caller. I'm happy to do so. But otherwise, I just want to say that she's on the right call today, and of course, I can help her if she does a 30-minute session with me too, which is included in my package B. Okay.
Right. She's from Tres T-R-E-S. Capital P-I-E-D-R-S. I've never heard of that. That may be out of the country. I have no clue. Interesting.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either. That's new. Yeah, that's a new place.
Yeah, that's a new one for me. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely she's on the right call. So yeah, I mean she can call in if she likes, or she can schedule a session with me. I'd love to work with her on that. That's the work I do every day. So that's easy for me to clear that stuff up. It's just getting out all the clutter and all the stuff that's not her. We can do that really fast.
Okay. Can you do anything for her right now?
Well, can you spell that?
More info.
Okay. What's the first name? Sky?
S-K-Y-E Roth, R-O-T-H.
Okay. And spell the town again or the city so I can get that to my soul.
Capital T-R-E-S, capital P-I-E-D-R-S.
Okay, so Judy, I'm going to send some energy to her now, just clearing her head off, her crown chakra's blocked. Just see if she can write back right away, so this way, everybody knows that she received it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to send it to her right now while you're doing that.
Go ahead.
I'm just sending her energy right now. I'm going to make a loud sound, clearing her crown chakra. There it goes. Okay, Judy, I'm going to disconnect my energy with Sky and see if she can respond to that.
Yes, I've asked her. Maybe she had to leave. I don't know. So, So, all right. Now, Lynn has a comment here. She says, you are hitting the nail on the head with all your questions, or our questions, Judy. I have a comment. Maybe wealthy people have blocks too, but theirs are blocks to being poor or without freedom. I once heard Warren Buffett say in answer to a question of how much of one's assets should be left in cash, he said, always keep enough cash around so that nobody else can determine your future. Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay, now Jane in Scottsdale has a question. I can't seem to hang on to money. When I get some, I then get a big repair bill or some other expense, and the money just flows out. Help, please.
Well, that's called
like a lot of people.
That happens to a lot. That's actually happened to me for many years, okay? I was almost, number one, because I grew up in such lack consciousness. When I got money, it was almost like winning the lottery. And with her, and a lot of people, of course, the program will cover that because a lot of times there's just there's a very deep belief system there, and I'm sensing with her that she has a belief system of being unworthy, okay? Unworthiness. That happens with a lot of people on some level, okay? And whatever it is, things will. That's like a common block what people have, where they just start making money. They might get a flow of money coming to them, but they don't have the energy within themselves to hang on and to receive it. Do you know what I mean? So the universe kind of just finds some way to take, it just leaves some way for a bill. If your car breaks down, it just happens. Some weird things happen at times, okay? That's happened to me for many years until I cleared my blocks as well, okay? So that's why I could be very integrity and actually put this program together, because I came from nothing, and I'm very
yeah, I know.
I came from nothing, okay?
Can you run energy for not only Jane but other people who have the same issue?
Yeah. Okay. So, Jane, where is she at? Jane from where?
In Scottsdale, Arizona.
Is she on the live? Can you type her to see?
She's on the webcast, so I don't think so. No, I don't think she's on. No, I don't think she's on. No, she's on the webcast.
Okay, but she can type back, right?
Well, she can if she's still here. Yes, she could. But generally, yeah, go ahead. But
yeah, I'd just like to send some abundance energy to her. Okay.
Well, you can send it to her, and she will get it, whether or not she's on the call, and she can listen to the replay too if she's not here. I have no clue if she's here or not. Let me see.
Exactly. It's
Jane. Yeah, Jane is here. Yay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and send some energy to her. She's in Scottsdale, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see if she responds. We're gonna send some abundance energy and clear some of this weird energy around her head that I'm seeing right now. All right. Let's do that right now. Let's bring some abundance energy of her life force to her, which is her personal power. Through her head right now with the sound. Don't get startled. We're letting this energy go at the top of her head. And anybody else here who needs this clearing? There it goes. Okay, so Judy, see if she responds to that, okay? I'm going to disconnect my energy.
I will do that, Jane, if you can respond. Oh, she wrote great. Okay, if you want to respond as to what happened, you can do that too, please, Jane. We'd love to hear. Okay? Then now we have, it is Sue I'm not sure where she is. Boy, my dogs and I could use your help. I have something going on with my ears and eyes and feel like something's sitting on my head. I have a tumor in my abdomen. My dog Fawn has a huge lump on her back. Sierra is going hyper wacko. I would be blessed for any help we could receive. Sue, we don't know where you are.
We do need to know her city. That's the only thing I do need. I do need to know that for sure.
Yeah, the city. When everyone writes in, oh, please put your city. It's also very good to put your email in case I want to get in touch with you after the show. Okay, Jane says my whole body is vibrating, especially my head. Yes, I know that, Jane. That's what Jane said.
Yeah, well, that's good. She received it on the webcast, and I didn't talk to her. So the universal energy that's working through us today on the callers and also in the program and also working on the webcast is the same universal energy we're talking about. Source, the prime creator of all, and also the abundance. Okay, we're talking about bringing the abundance of who we are. So we brought the energy to her. So it'll be interesting to see what Jane feels. Maybe you could type back to her and tell her to just drink some extra water today and let the energy work on her, because the energy will continue.
Yeah, she's hearing you because she wrote back in and said whole body is vibrating, especially my head. So
she should start feeling clear.
Water. So,
well, there was a lot of energy. There was a lot of energy around her head that I cleared, so that was part of the problem. If you got a blocked crown chakra, kind of hard for the energies to come through. Okay, so regardless of what it is, I just cleared it. So that's I'm glad I was able to do that for her. And enjoy the energy, Jane. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, also, then we have another person. Mel is saying, I know I've been a healer in the past. But he doesn't have a town either.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, it's very important to put the town people, yes. So, Rose in Kansas says, Dearest Dawn and Judy, I am always attracted to these abundance calls as it appears I've not yet mastered being in the flow of having abundance. I feel I have a great awareness. I have tried so many programs What is it that is keeping me from embodying abundance? And although I have worked on unworthiness, wondering if there's something else so deep that needs to be cleared at this time. Appreciate the help, and many thanks to you both. And that is Rose from Kansas. It's Kansas.
Yeah, Rose and from Kansas. I wish I had her city. Okay.
City. Okay.
My soul is just kind of knows who this is anyway, because my soul's in tune out to the calls before we even get on the call. Knows who's going to call in. Rose, she has a lot of childhood issues there, okay? And I kind of feel with her too. She's had kind of not maybe the same as me, but similar lack consciousness, okay? So she's got some deep stuff to clear out, which would be obviously my program. But if she could set a city, Judy, that would be better for me. I'm just kind of giving some wisdom here, but I like to fine tune it. I like to fine tune it a little bit more than that, okay?
Yeah. Now Amy has a great question here because I think it is applicable to a lot of people. Amy from Santa Ana, California says, "Dear, I seem to keep creating debts. I want to stop that and start creating financial wealth."
Mm-hmm. Again, it's the same story that we all have. We want it on some level, but there's some part of us that's unconscious that's blocking it. So that's what we're talking about today, clearing all your abundance blocks. Okay, that's what the program's about. Is she live?
No, she is on, but she's in Santa Ana, California. So
what was her name? What was her first name?
Amy.
Amy? Okay, let's just, I'll send some energy to her, okay?
Because
Judy,
this
okay?
is for everyone, getting out of...
of course. This is all.
Yeah,
there's this energy flowing here from the beginning, and if you want to get on the abundance energy flow, this is all part of it. So just receive. This is all for everybody. So let's go ahead and do that now for Amy in Santa Ana, right? Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it now. Listen, a loud sound here. That's everybody else who has a heavy energy at the top of their head. Imagine that energy on your crown chakra going into the light above your head, everybody, including Amy. Let's do that now. There it goes. Okay, I'm going to disconnect with my energy with Amy, and hopefully she felt something there, Judy.
Okay, well, I think I found Amy. Hi, is this Amy? Hello?
Okay.
Hi, hello.
Hi, are you Amy?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, okay, it's interesting because she's saying, I'm sorry, dear. She said, I'm on the phone, but then I don't see.
Okay, well, I just worked with her anyway, so she did receive the energy. So just see if she can feel it, because I already got her. I already know who she is.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah, Amy. She said she's on the phone, but and I know she's not. No response. So she'll probably respond in later. So let's go take a live caller. So let's go to Washington D.C. Hello, and what is your name, please?
Hello, this is Deanna.
Hello, Deanna. What is your question for Crystal? Crystal.
That's all right. It's all close.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so what's your question for Dawn?
Okay. So my question is, I've been dealing with an insurance claim since March, so the last 9 months. And finally the check has come, but now I'm having a challenge with the mortgage company that they want to keep the check, and it seems like for some reason this money is just keep getting held up, and my house has just been in limbo for this many months. So if I could get some help in just releasing the funds so I can get the work done.
Okay, so Anna, right? Or is it Deanna?
Deanna.
Deanna?
Yes.
Okay, so Deanna, this is coming from my soul to you because I'm doing a soul reading. Do I have permission to connect with you for a minute?
Absolutely.
Okay, so your soul you're definitely in lack consciousness, and you put your whole life on hold on this, and it's almost like I understand you need the money, but there's a universal flow trying to help you here. Do you see where you're in scarcity and just kind of stuck?
Mhm.
So it's like almost like there's, sometimes there's like I don't know if you do meditation or what, but your soul's trying to guide you into a different way of doing this, that you're just kind of at the mercy of them. It's almost like it's just totally puts you in a box and you're disempowered. So I could bring some energy of clarity to you right now, so this way when we get off the phone, you might get some direction as far as taking a different direction with this that haven't really been open to. Are you open to receive that?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do that now. Deanna mentioned divine light of God or source above your head, and I want you to imagine everything releasing that's not serving you. Whatever this heavy energy is, whatever this is that's disempowering you, it doesn't matter. Let's let it into the light. So this way you're a clean and clear vessel to get your own divine guidance, okay? Ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Let's begin. Clear this heavy energy off your head. Imagine that leaving with this high-pitched sound through my voice now. Did you feel that lift off you? Are you connected to somebody who's not seeing eye to eye with you beyond that? I feel some negative energy around you. Are you married or got some weird energy around you?
Actually, it was some people that I had to disconnect from my life. I know it was like
they're throwing karma. Yeah, they're throwing some bad karma at you. Let me clear you for a minute. Just keep breathing. Okay, just take a deep breath. You feeling a little lighter?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that heavy energy is going to be leaving now after our call. You have some deep stuff, so you have some blocks there as well. You have some past lifetime stuff that's actually in the way here. So it's up to you if you go with the program or not. It's up to you. I'm just here to share my gift as well. But at least I could say with this mini healing, I was able to clear out some of this clutter and all this confusion energy that was around your head. Can you feel a little bit lighter around yourself right now?
I do.
Yeah. And again, it's about you trusting. All of us have different soul paths, and we all have our own story that we're dealing with in our lives. But really, in reality, there's deeper wisdom even in the story and the hardships that we go through, which is really here to teach us and to become stronger in our light, okay? So for you, it's more or less trusting in your own divine essence of who you are and really trying to connect in with for your answers, which are really in your heart. And it can come through in a feeling or a knowing, okay? And that's what's been trying to guide you. So right now, I just kind of cleared some of this static. I call it on the line, static on the line. We were talking about the radio show earlier. So we cleared some of that static so you can actually get your own divine guidance to say, oh, that's right. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what that feels right. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's what you are needing. And again, it's a lot more than just me doing that. I mean, you received a lot more just from a mini healing because the source or God that created you knows what you're needing beyond what I know. I'm just here to be the vessel to bring the very high frequency in the most highest integrity to you. So I'm going to disconnect my energy with you, Deanna, and I just want to say enjoy the energy because it's a gift from not only from myself but from the universe trying to support you, okay? And then drink some extra water and just try to spend some time every day. Even if it's 5 or 10 minutes a day, try to connect with your own internal guidance system. We all have it, okay? It's just sometimes we forget about that,
Okay. Thank you.
And that's coming in as a soul reading to you, okay? Because I'm a soul reader as well. That's your own internal reading that I'm getting from your higher self. Your soul is like saying that, okay?
Awesome. Okay.
Okay,
thanks.
so thank you for allowing me to share, and thanks for calling in today. I really appreciate that.
Yes. Thank you. Much love, sweetie. Okay, now let's go to, I'm going to take here. We're going to go to California. Last 4 digits, 07110. 110.
Hello, Judy.
Hi there.
Hello.
Your name,
Dawn.
please.
Eve, thank you for taking my call. Great. Okay.
And
my
what
question. My question for Dawn is: I'm feeling like stuck and frustrated, and I need some clarity because I feel so frustrated that I I have lost confidence. I feel like I would rather someone make the effort or do something and just like, okay, you can do it because you will have better success. And I feel I stand back because I have lost my confidence in myself. So can you do a soul reading?
Well, I'm actually connected with you right now. So what's your first name again?
Eve.
Yeah, Eve, are you married by yourself? What do you support yourself, or are you with somebody else who supports you?
With somebody else.
Yeah,
who's
I see
helping.
that. Yeah, exactly. So what I'm picking up on this, no right, wrong, good, bad, you've got to be more aware of your boundaries because you've had a past lifetime with this person that unfortunately is in their own fear and it's trying to keep you small with them. Do you feel that in some ways?
Yes.
Well, it's happening, yeah. So what you should do is just more or less, I could try to clear some of that off you, but it's really your choice who's in your life, okay? We have free will in our physical form to choose what's in our lives, even though we have a soul that's trying to help us to be abundant, okay?
Yes.
That's where that comes in. So do you want some energy to clear you up a little bit?
Yes, thanks.
Okay, so imagine God's light or divine light above your head. Imagine everything releasing you that's confusing you and actually keeping you small, okay? Let's let that go in the light, and that's for anybody on the call right now as well that wants to receive this. I want you to imagine that heavy energy that's confusing right now. I'm going to make that high-pitched sound as I always do to clear energy. It's leading your top of your head right now with the sound. There it goes. Take a deep breath. Tell me if you're feeling a little lighter.
I feel a vibration on my head.
Oh, yeah, it's clearing off a lot of energy on you. That's almost like you had like cement at the top of your head. So there was like no way for you to get your divine guidance because this person who's in your life is trying to block that, okay? And that's happened sometimes. I'm not trying to be negative, but I clear everything and I see everything. So, you might want to start protecting yourself more with divine light around yourself every day, okay, Eve?
Yes, yes.
Because if you don't do it, nobody will do it for you, Okay. Because really you have the power to do it. So I just kind of made it easier for you to, do that so you're not so confused, or there's a lot more clarity. Don't you feel a little bit lighter?
Yes, I around my eyes, yes.
Yeah, if you had a mirror right now, you might even be smiling. Or you might be looking more, I'm not saying you don't look good, but I'm just saying we can all look better, and I'm feeling that you're more lifted and feeling a lot lighter. And that's going to continue. So even though I disconnected my energy with you, even though I worked on you 1 or 2 minutes, that was it. And you received a lot compared to what you were on the call. And I think you're feeling a little bit different than when we started, would you say?
Yes, I feel more hopeful.
Yeah, and I can hear it in your voice as well.
Right.
So this is like a divine transmission that came through me from Divine Creator, and it just came to you, even though it came through my sound. And it's up to you now to work with it, to move with it, not to stagnate, not to feel victim. To say, okay, I got clarity right now. I've got my personal power back in my body. Now what is my next step?
Right.
You say to yourself in your heart, what is my next step to do? What's going to serve my highest good? What is my next step? And ask in your own way, however you do it. And then you're going to be amazed how things start coming to you, ideas, things you didn't have before because you were too cluttered. We just kind of cleared some of the clutter. And, of course, if you ever want to work with me, I'd love to work with you further on it if there's a big issue for you. But right now, this is just my way of putting my gift out to you to share what I do and give you a little taste of what my work's about. So thank you so much, Eve.
Oh, my pleasure is mine. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, Eve. Okay, now we heard back from Amy. She said, I felt very light and a bit of swirling above my head.
Mm-hmm.
Now, someone asked, there's a lot of questions here, but does this work with the dormant DNA? Does your program, your work?
Absolutely. What you're ready for, because this is beyond my ego, or I don't have one, but my mind, and what I'm bringing here, I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm guided to do when I'm making this sound, but there's more happening. That's what I'm trying to keep telling everybody. There's more happening beyond this few minutes of moment of 2 minutes or 1 minute of time I'm working with you. It activates a lot of dormant parts of your being, which it could also be upgrading your DNA and, awakening you. It's also when I'm doing the crown chakra clearings, I'm also activating the crown chakra for people and updating it. So that could also be for your third eye, too, when you hear me make those sounds. So that's what I'm trying to say is to be open to the changes that happen, even if it's a moment of time that we work together. It doesn't matter. Source, God does not work in our time frame. It's beyond time, space, and reality, these frequencies that come through. So just be open to it and kind of try to keep your mind out, because our minds are the ones that try to figure everything out, and it's beyond the mind, okay? So absolutely, Judy, I will say yes on that.
Okay, great. Okay, now we have a question from Liz, and she is saying, I have hairline cracks in most of my teeth, so the dentist says. Most likely grinding while sleeping, very painful. Would this program help, or do I need a better dentist? Thank you, Liz.
Well, Liz, when you start any of my programs, even these clearing chairs I mentioned in the beginning of the call can help you on so many different levels beyond abundance. You obviously have some deep trauma, which is this program can help you with that, because there's something deep that you're gnawing on is what I'm picking up, and grinding your teeth. I actually feel there's some trauma that you've had. So, of course, I will say absolutely with the most certainty this program will help, because if you really look at it in your life, these modules are for any type of issues that you want to change in your life, which yours happen to be your teeth, okay? And, of course, I would say even setting a positive intention before listening to these would be good, too, but it's not necessary. So, yeah, absolutely, Judy, I will say yes. And her stuff is deep, so that's why this program will help her, because she can start listening to it, clearing out the block, okay, and clearing out everything that's causing this, which is probably family genetics is what I'm picking up from my spirit right now. My soul's telling me that she has some family genetics or ancestral energy that's causing this, okay?
Okay, yeah.
So it's a little deeper part of my work, but yes, I will answer that to say yes.
All right. So I was wondering too if maybe your other program on body transformation would be better for her.
If there's one in there, I think there's one on there, Judy. If you have it up on my webpage, and she could read that too. There's one. I think there's one on there for teeth. Is there? I'm not sure. I don't have it.
No, I will, Liz. I will be in touch with you, and you can make a choice, because she's saying this one will work for you. I will email you the other one, and you can check them out and just decide which you really.
Well, the other one is more for physical body, because that's what I'm known for, to get the body up to healing itself.
Body rejuvenation. It's total body rejuvenation. And if anyone's interested, that's at jazzupyourlifewithjudy.com/Dawn14, and the abundance one is Dawn 14A. So if you're new to Dawn and you're thinking, well, I'm very abundant, but my body is something, I want to transform my body. There are two programs that you have access to. So Liz, I'd recommend that you go and see which one you really feel would be better for you. She would probably know that, right?
Well, yeah, and total body rejuvenation is very thorough for the body. So, yeah, you could feel it out, everybody. That's very thorough as well as this program. So it just kind of has to feel what feels right to you, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. So, Dawn, this has been wonderful. Wow, rocking and rolling.
I just love you, Judy. And I love our critters, too. So, Simba, if you're in the driver's seat over the co-pilot seat there, thank you for missing your meal this morning.
And little Simba. I had some treats on my desk, but he hasn't gone potty outside yet. So
you're so wonderful. Well, we'll let him go potty, but I just want to say thank you to Judy. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, little Simba, my dog's already had his treats. I bribe him so it doesn't make any sounds here while we're recording. But I want to thank everybody being here today, and, of course, thank you for being patient. Life is life, and that's the way it is. But we got a great call in here today. I worked with a lot of callers, and I shared a lot of great energy with everybody, and includes the replay. And I hope I can, work with people if you feel that this program resonates with you and you want to make major changes in your life and see the changes happen pretty fast. Then I'm definitely the right person to, either work with my program or be with my program session of 30 minutes will be life-changing. I promise you that. You could read all my testimonials. Everybody who sends a testimonial has always life changes in a 30-minute session. I guarantee that. But, Judy, thank you for being you and being here, and I'm just so grateful, and I love being part of your community, and sharing my gifts here. So thank you so much for allowing me to share my gifts in my program today.
Dawn, thank you so much for coming on. Just,
Absolutely.
Appreciate your journey and what you're doing with people's lives right now. I just absolutely think it's absolutely wonderful. So, and everybody, I want to thank you for joining us today. And so remember, share the love. All right.